Now, sources indicating to us that the Congress is likely to raise issues like the Manipur violence, tussle with the governor in the opposition-ruled states, inflation and China border issue in the monsoon session of Parliament. Delhi ordinance to be also opposed in monsoon session.
मणिपुर सबसे अहम मुद्दा है। 75 दिन हो गए और प्रधानमंत्री ने अपनी चुप्पी नहीं तोड़ी है। मणिपुर में स्थिति में कोई सुधार नहीं आया है और हिंसा अभी भी है। लोग मारे जा रहे हैं। केंद्र सरकार और राज्य सरकार सो कॉल्ड जो अपने आप को डबल इंजन सरकार कहलाते हैं बिल्कुल विफल हो गई है। सभी विपक्ष पार्टियों ने, कल हमारी बेंगलोर में भी बैठक हुई थी 26 पार्टियों की और सभी ने एक सहमति थी। इसके अलावा जो संघीय ढांचा पर आक्रमण हो रहा है मोदी सरकार के द्वारा, उनके नुमाइंदों के द्वारा, गवर्नर एलजी के द्वारा जो दुरुपयोग हो रहा है संस्थाओं की, जो भय और जो एक राजनीतिक प्रतिशोध की राजनीति जो दिखाई दे रही है।
Colleagues continue to be with us. Pallavi Ghosh continues to be with us. Payal Mehta and even Arun Dhanta. Pallavi, coming to you first. So Jairam Ramesh there in a way listing the issues that are going to be taken up by the Congress to ask tough questions from the central government. Manipur is an issue that we've seen the opposition speak time and again. Are we expecting them to escalate, asking for some answers as far as the central government is concerned?
Absolutely. This was something which was discussed yesterday also at the Bengaluru meet, and consistently the opposition parties, and in fact even as we speak that the 5-member Trinamool Congress delegation has just landed in Manipur, and essentially they're going to be doing a fact checking. Rahul Gandhi, if you remember, had gone to Manipur for 2 days also. The basic point which opposition parties are going to be making is that one, why has the Prime Minister remained silent? Not a single word has been uttered by the Prime Minister. He's travelled abroad but hasn't had time to speak on Manipur. No, actually even go there. Second is, how is there going to be a solution there? Because violence and unease is still carrying on, and despite the fact that the Home Minister has spent a couple of days over there, things have not changed on the ground. So as of now, the opposition parties would push for at least a short duration discussion on this, and they would demand a reply coming in from the Prime Minister, not to be satisfied by any reply which technically speaking comes in from the Home Minister. But Manipur is not the only issue. Every session we see them raising the same issue, misuse of ED and CBI, and there's a context to it because this is one topic which seems to be binding most of the opposition parties together, whether it's the TMC, whether it's the Congress party, the DMK also for that matter, of late the Samajwadi party, and so on and so forth, and of course Arvind Kejriwal, and also the newfound bonhomie between the Congress and the AAP. That is over the ordinance issue. That will also find its resonance, particularly since the ordinance will be brought up by the government as per protocol to be converted into a law. So I think there's plenty on the platter and enough reason why there is going to be a stormy session beginning from tomorrow.
So as Pallavi is pointing out, the signs of indication that it could be a stormy session and we could see that only escalate in the days to come. But Payal, coming to you as far as this all-party meeting that has been called by the centre. This, of course, is the first time that the central government and the opposition will come face-to-face after they unveiled a new alliance name. We've already seen the two sides take potshots at each other. What can we expect as far as this all-party meet is concerned?
All-party meeting is as per the convention. You know, every session, before every session, you have these meetings as well. So obviously, like Pallavi is pointing out, that the opposition will put forth their demands, what they want to really do. The government will tell them what legislation has been listed for discussion and for passage as well. The government, to my understanding, has listed about 32 to 34 bills to be passed, and they are very confident that they do have the numbers just in case it turns out to be quite a washout. Something that we've seen in the last couple of sessions at least as well. The government is going to say that they will in fact agree to the opposition demanding certain issues as well. But you know, to demanding something like this, something like asking the Prime Minister to reply on Manipur, that is something which the government will say absolutely, you know, they won't agree to it absolutely for sure. And they will then say that, you know, the concerned minister has already spoken on multiple occasions, and if required, the concerned minister will again make a statement on the floor of the House, because the concerned minister under whom this entire matter is being looked into is Amit Shah as well. But that's not going to really satisfy the opposition, so we are expecting to see at least some sort of a balance being opposition and the government coming to at least some sort of a balancing act as far as that is concerned. It's very unlikely because the battle lines are drawn very, very clearly, at least after the meeting that you saw yesterday.
Okay, let's bring Arun also in the conversation, who's been patiently waiting. So Arun, as Payal is rightly pointing out that this is convention, you see this every year before the session, this all-party meeting. But as far as the core agenda of the monsoon session is concerned, talk to our viewers about some of the key bills that we should be watching out for.
Well, see, Ridhima, first of all, of course, this is a customary meeting which happens all the time when there is a Parliament about to commence. So, of course, we know that government has planned their strategies. They have a few bills which they want to pass this time around in the Parliament session. Because remember, after this, you only have one winter session before you get into the election mode for 2024 Lok Sabha. So therefore, this session is going to be very, very important, and therefore this all-party meeting is going to be significant, because in this meeting the government floor managers will sit with the opposition parties, will ask them, will tell them about the issues and the bills, and will seek their support. And therefore, of course, this will also be a platform for the opposition parties to put forth their views, and accordingly they would move forward. Because in last session we had seen there was a total washout of that session. Continuous uproars, protests were taking place inside the Parliament, and significantly, of course, historically, this is going to be for the very first time in the new Parliament when the session will commence. So how things will shape up in this session will be very, very interesting, and therefore this customary meeting has been called. Government floor managers will, of course, seek support of the opposition parties in the new Parliament, and of course the bills which they want to pass in the Parliament.
Okay, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Would like to thank all our colleagues, Arun, Pallavi and Payal. We'll keep a very close eye on all those developments. For now, we slip